So I'm pretty pissed off right now. I cannot believe this. It's like they're trying to act like, in the regular people who live there, it's like they're worried about the size of my dog. Like, she barely moves. She barely moves. She can't hear. I bring her out to use the bathroom like twice a day. Plus, my mom has bought the condo, so she's in my mom's condo that my mom has bought, and there's no problem there. She's not making a mess. She's not a messy dog. She doesn't bark at anything in there. It's crazy. It's crazy what they have focused on, and the people who do know about this and are trying to cause me trouble, like, are really playing on it. And they're like, yeah, a lot of ladies here are having a big, like, John, actually, the maintenance guy said that. He was like, a lot of ladies here have a big problem with it. Like, and I was like, what the, I'm like, my head's being crushed in with microwaves, and I hear, V2K 24 hours a day, and, these older ladies are worried about my dog being like 30 pounds overweight. That's insane. Like, what is everybody focused on in this world? Because there are people being genocidally raped and tortured by microwaves, and people are focused on how big my dog is. Like, I know it's not allowed in the condo, and there are rules, and it's a small little rule, and she's not doing anything, but they could choose to really peg me with that. And so they did, and people had a lot of problems with that, although people are patrolling me, and while I'm being microwaved in the condo. So I don't know where our priorities exactly are in this country, or my state or city, but apparently they're way off. And I'm sorry if this is an angry rant. I kind of want it to be an angry rant. It's due to the fact that I just woke up from what I've never experienced before, microwave sodomy, and they really went to town with it, and it was only 3 hours of me sleeping, and I realized I went in at like 7 or 6, like at 6 o'clock, I ate, and I got really, really sleepy, so they wanted me to go to sleep, and then I went to sleep because I was just tired from the day anyway, and woke up with that. So I kind of want this to be an angry rant because, like, it's awful. It's just really awful. The way, it's like, if they can get that angle on me by doing this remotely, then I don't know what the hell is going on, because, like, I went outside, and, like, I've seen a lot of new cars come in with a lot of younger guys. Like, a lot of new cars. There's like a big black truck that came in with chains on its rear view mirror, a really nice blue car with like tinted windows, and just these new vehicles that you can see like who like just cares about like their car, and they're probably killers or something like that. And we're getting those types of cars in the condo now, which is really, it's been older people, and now there's a lot of younger people who kind of walk and talk like military guys. The guy in the Pink Floyd shirt, he had something attached to his ear, which he wasn't talking to anybody, but it was just kind of to mess with me or whatever while he was patrolling me for DHS. Weird stuff. So it's dangerous for that place. They've gotten a couple of the older people there to actually vehicular stalk me, to drive out at the same time, and it's been one big dangerous thing. So I think they're like thinking, well, we can't put these old people in danger, or maybe they just don't care, and they're moving a bunch of younger people in. But there's a totally different element moving into the condo now. It's an upper class place. It's people who are older, living there. It's very quiet and stuff like that. So me moving in there, they're blaming it on me that all this crap is going on, that all these people are patrolling me. I'm not yelling anything. I go into my place quietly and endure the torture quietly. I walk out and walk my dog quietly. I say hey to everybody. I don't accuse anybody of anything. I just notice when people are walking in and out at the same time every day, every time I come home, and they look like they don't have jobs or anything to do. So it's creating a problem for this manager. I think probably she's been notified something, probably lies about me. I guess that's how they do it. And so she's going to try and get me out of there because I'm one guy and everybody's, partying with Satanic Rape Fest. So they're going to go ahead and protect that big group, doing this awful, like, murdering and raping of Americans. But me, I'm the trouble because it's connected to me. Because these people just decided to follow me and kind of, you know, torture me and hurt my family. So it's a really great experience. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I have a couple of options with my dog, you know, and I guess I won't talk about those. But, you know, I'm going to take the weekend to do it. I'm going to keep her there, and, you know, I'm not going to talk to that John guy anymore, but I don't have any hot water. Like, when I got there, I don't have any hot water. I have to fill up my tub with sink hot water, so my sink has hot water, but my tub doesn't. And, like, I have to ask this guy who I think put stuff in my apartment, who I think is coming into my condo. I think he's coming in there, and he's like, trying to, you know, like, get me out of there. So I have to ask him to fix stuff in my condo, and me and my mom's condo, and he's involved in this, and my mom bought that condo. Like, I was here, and now I'm, like, here. I'm, like, way past the top roof of this car. I want to end this program because I feel like my mom, like, even if I leave, which, you know, I'm planning on doing, I wanted to finish my time out at the Cherry and stay there. I'm still moving out of my old place, so I'm still, like, moving out of there, so I can't move out of here. I'm going to have to find a new place for my dog. It's like, you know, I just think that if this gang stalking stuff wasn't going on, and, you know, I was just some regular guy, and my mom had bought that condo, that, you know, they would have let that go. They wouldn't have harped on it. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But because of that, it's like they really made it a big deal, and they made it important for it to be a huge deal. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I got a new Q-Wave Defender today, and, you know, it hasn't been on for long enough for it to really warm up yet. So, you know, I think I'll be feeling better. I haven't felt too bad in the last couple of days. I've been dealing with the V2K and some headaches and stuff like that. But they had to have a beam coming from lower in the front, a beam coming from the back, in my back, and a beam in my head. Because right here, it was just like I woke up, and it was like the worst headache I've ever experienced, where it just felt like just a blinding migraine. So they had like 3 ELF beams, or directed energy beams, on me while they're doing V2K, directed dreaming, so remote neural monitoring there. So they gotta have some, at least, you know, people with different remote stations, or, you know, I don't know, or you know, 3 guys working this stuff. I was thinking about that today, and, you know, I don't know how it all works. I know that the V2K is definitely not them there all the time. I think there's shifts involved, you know, but it's definitely not the people there all the time. But, you know, I talked to somebody who thinks it's artificial intelligence, the V2K. I don't quite believe in that. I see where people can get that. I understand where they're coming from, because it's very easy to kind of go there, because you can't believe that people would sit there all the time. You think that they would leave that, they would go ahead and leave it running or something and go live their lives. But a lot of these people, they take shifts, and it's like they have beams on you, and high-pitched sound, and V2K, so they can target this stuff, and it may be motion compensating, I'm thinking, but they still have to have the person to put the beam or the V2K on you. And if you really move around a lot, they have to, you know, they have to adjust for that. So I don't really see where, you know, could all be AI, or even the V2K could be all AI. Because mine really reacts to a lot of the things that I say or do, or say or think. But, you know, I don't know every situation, and I see how it could easily, you know, people could easily go there. I just myself believe it's automated, it's looped, it's a bunch of tricks, but there are people at the stations. Kind of calmed down now. I'm kind of, it's like I'm not glad, but like I've got to tell the truth. You know, I've got to tell the truth on these videos, and you know, that's what happened just now. It makes me feel like I need to go to a hospital, like there's no blood or anything, but you know that episode of Quantum Leap where he leaps into the body of that girl who's just been raped. I kind of feel like that. I feel like a man. I don't know. I don't know what. It's horrible. It's horrible, and this is the first time that has happened. And I'm not sure why. I guess they knew that I was having a bad day. They knew I was really sad about my dog. Like I can't imagine living without her. I feel like maybe it'll help her out. Maybe it'll help her health. And I just don't know where she's going to go. And it's like, it's almost kind of making me be like, well, I'm just going to leave. I'll just get in my car, and just, I don't know. And just maybe, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out. I had a productive day. I talked to a lot of TIs. The other guy in my city, we're planning stuff, and I kind of helped him out with what he needs to get done in his personal life. I kind of, helped him a little bit, so that was good. So it wasn't all a loss, and I actually did write a grant. I've been going into work lately and, like, trying to find grants, but just, like, dealing with this mess, it's so hard. It's so hard to do work that you have to be self-starting. Like, and all my work is, like, self-starting stuff. There's a couple of little things that I have to do all the time, which I keep up with. That's no problem. But this is a lot of self-starting stuff where I got to figure out what I need to do. So it's pretty tough. And, I've been kind of successful. I've been very successful for what I'm dealing with. Being raped and tortured with V2K. I've been very successful in getting things done that I need to do. But to the world's eyes that doesn't know about this, I'd say they'd be like, you're failing right now, which is part of our plight. All right, I want to calm down. I'm gonna get a drink, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and make this like an hour, and I might not make a vehicular stalking video. I saw somebody with a one light car coming right up to my, like, inside the condo dead end area. They like to come in that dead end area and just turn around. And that's what I think, like, it's like, I'm gonna take a drink. I think that's why they want to get me out of this condo so bad, because they're patrolling me. So it's like the same people coming in and out, but there are cameras there. There are cameras when they're coming down the elevators and, like, meeting me at the same time in the hallway and stuff, and it's the same people. So I think they're kind of afraid that the manager's going to catch on. Like, she may not know about that stuff. She may have been told some lies about me or whatever by DHS or however this program goes. But there's cameras all around, so these people are doing this patrolling stuff, and I think they're very worried about that. I love it because I have to use a clicker to get into the back. People still get into that condo. They kind of work themselves into a room or something like that, or they were already there, with the DHS little training on fusion centers and stuff like that. But these cameras would pick up the same people coming back and forth, and that manager would probably perk up her ears. She's not a dumb person. She's not a dumb person, but as we know, smart people, if they're told something by authority, will, believe anything about you. I even question, I've told y'all the things that they've done to my dad. Like, that, they did that. Like, they didn't mean to almost kill him, but they did. And it was after my 33rd birthday, the day after his symptoms started, and then a week later, he was having an aneurysm. But I think in the meantime, after that, they went to my parents. I think authority figures have gone to my parents because something's different. Something's kind of weird. And I think they've gone to my parents, like authority figures have gone to my parents and lied about me. Because I'm telling y'all the exact truth. The worst thing I've ever done in my life is smoke weed. And I think that they have gone to my parents and told them a big lie, like an authority figure has told both of them. I think my mom is kind of connecting it with what I've been telling her. But my dad he's smart, but he listens to the mainstream media. So he listens to the mainstream media, he listens to authority figures. He'd never believe that a policeman or somebody ex-military could lie. So he would have questions about me, even though our relationship is very good and he loves me, he'd die for me.